In the year 2237, Earth had changed. Cities reached the clouds. Robots walked beside humans. But one dream still remained: to explore the deepest parts of space. No human ship had ever gone beyond Pluto. That area was called the Void. No star, no light, only darkness. Every alien race in the galaxy warned Earth to stay away. The Galactic Union, a group of powerful alien civilizations, sent a message to Earth's leaders. Do not enter the Void. No species survives it. Not even we understand what lives there. But Earth didn't listen. Humans had always been bold. They didn't run from fear. Instead, they built the most powerful deep space ship ever, the Starblade. It was long, black, and sharp like a sword. Its engine could run for years. Inside it, 5 brave humans prepared for launch. Their names were Commander Rika, Pilot Doran, Engineer Milo, Scientist Kira, and Navigator Zane. Each one was smart, strong, and trained for the unknown. Millions of people watched from Earth as the countdown began. 3, 2, 1, launch. The Starblade left Earth, shining bright, cutting through the stars. The mission: travel beyond Pluto and enter the Void. At first, everything felt normal. They passed Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. After that, they reached the edge of Pluto, the last planet. Behind it, black space with no light. Just silence. Rika looked at her crew. We go forward now, she said. No turning back. They nodded. The moment they crossed into the Void, the stars disappeared. Outside their windows, only blackness. No planets, no light, no sound. It felt like the universe had ended. At first, the crew stayed calm. They followed schedule, ate meals, ran tests. But on the 12th day, something strange happened. Engineer Milo was fixing a wire near the engine room. Suddenly, he stopped moving. He stood still for 3 full minutes. Then he dropped his tools and screamed. Rika and Zane ran to help. Milo was shaking. His eyes were wide open, full of fear. She was here, he whispered. My sister. She's dead. But she was here. She spoke to me. Kira checked his brain activity. It was too high, like he had seen a nightmare, while awake. They gave him rest, but he kept whispering. She's watching me. From the dark. That night, more strange things happened. The ship's lights blinked without reason. The computers glitched. Rika tried to send a message to Earth, but the signal wouldn't go out. Then Zane reported something worse. There's a new object near us, he said. I don't know where it came from. The crew gathered in the control room. On the radar, a large dark shape was moving slowly near them. It didn't match any known ship. It wasn't in any alien database. It's not a ship, Doran said. It's something else. Outside, nothing could be seen, just endless black. But the radar showed the object moving closer, like it was watching them. That night, the crew heard whispers. Not from the speakers. From inside their heads. Soft voices calling their names. Some sounded like family. Others, like old friends. Kira began crying. My father is dead. I buried him. But he just told me to come outside the ship. Rika called. An emergency meeting. This is not space sickness, she said. Something is here. It's trying to trick us. We need to stay strong. They locked the doors and set a 24-hour watch. But the whispers did not stop. In the dark, something was speaking to them, not with sound, but with thought. On day 15, the Starblade's engines began to fail. The lights went red. Systems started to shut down one by one. Gravity turned off. The crew floated helplessly as the ship spun in the dark. Then, all screens turned black. A message appeared in red. Turn back. This is not your place. No one typed it. The ship wasn't connected to the network. It appeared on its own. Doran grabbed the manual controls. We have to leave now, he shouted, but the engines wouldn't respond. Outside the window something appeared. Not a ship, not a creature. A shape, tall, thin, long, with eyes that glowed white. It floated toward the Starblade slowly, too slowly, like it was studying them. Rika, stood still. "Don't move, don't speak." No one did. The creature watched them. Then, it disappeared. The ship powered back on. The lights returned. The message was gone. But from that moment, the crew knew. They were no longer just explorers. They were part of something bigger, something watching, testing, waiting. And deep inside the void, their real journey had just begun. The Starblade floated in silence. After the strange figure disappeared, nothing attacked them. No systems failed. The ship worked again. But something had changed. The crew didn't speak much. They moved slowly. Their eyes looked tired. They didn't feel alone anymore. Kira sat in her lab, staring at a blank screen. The data was normal, but her heart beat fast. She felt like someone was behind her. She turned quickly. No one was there, but she was sure she had heard breathing. In the control room, Zane whispered to Doran, "Last night, I heard my mother's voice. She died 10 years ago. But she said my name, clear as day." "You're just tired," Doran replied. But his hands were shaking. He didn't say it out loud, but he had also heard something. His brother's voice. His brother, who was buried in the Martian desert 5 years ago. Commander Rika called everyone together. Her voice was sharp and firm. "I need you all focused. This ship doesn't move unless we stay strong. I don't care if ghosts are whispering in your ears. We finish this mission. We prove the galaxy wrong." The crew nodded. They trusted her. She had led deep space missions before. But even Rika felt the pressure building. She hadn't told the others, but she also heard a voice. Her husband, who died during Earth's last orbital war, had spoken to her 2 nights ago. He told her she should leave the void, before it was too late. On day 18th, the whispering grew stronger. Now it wasn't just at night. It came during breakfast, during repairs, even while exercising. The voices said strange things. Sometimes they warned them. "He is coming. It sees you. Turn back before your minds turn to dust." Other times, they tried to trick them. "Your family is waiting outside. You are not real. You've been here before and you died." Milo started losing control. He sat in the engine room all day, staring at the wall. When Rika came to check on him, he whispered, "This ship is fake. We're not really here. We died before the launch." Rika shook him. "Get it together. We're still alive. We're still human." Milo looked at her and smiled. "That's what it wants you to think." That night, something new appeared on the radar. A shape, huge, cold, and silent, floated toward the ship. It was shaped like a twisted tower, dark and sharp. It had no lights, no engines, just one glowing line across its center, like an eye. Zane zoomed in with the external cameras, but nothing showed up. The void was too dark. Still, the radar didn't lie. Whatever it was watching them. Kira checked the ship's memory. Logs. She found something strange, a recording. It was not saved by any crew member. It had no date, no timestamp. Just a voice. She played it. It was her own voice. But she never recorded it. "I am alone," it said. "The others are gone. I heard them die, one by one. I think I made a mistake coming here. If anyone finds this, don't go into the void." The room went silent. "That's fake," Kira said quickly. "I never said that." But Milo started, laughing. "You will," he said. "You already did. This place isn't time. It's something else." The crew grew more afraid. Rika ordered the ship to move away from the object. But the engines refused to respond. Every time they tried to escape, the ship turned back toward the strange structure. On day 20th, the lights inside the ship dimmed for exactly 7 minutes. When they returned, Milo was gone. They searched every room, every crawl space, every lock, chamber. He was nowhere. There was no sound, no struggle, no message. Kira checked the logs again. One file had been added. It showed Milo sitting in the dining room, looking at something across from him, something invisible to the camera. He whispered, "You're not her." But you look just like her. Then he stood up, walked to the wall, and disappeared. Rika watched the footage 10 times. That's not possible. There's no airlock near that wall. The ship felt colder now. The walls seemed tighter. The voices grew louder, and every whisper now said the same thing. 1 gone, 4 to go. The crew knew something was hunting them. Not with claws, not with weapons, but with fear, memories, and voices. And it wouldn't stop until every one of them was broken, or lost forever in the dark. It was his mother's voice. Zane's breath caught in his throat. She was dead. He buried her with his own hands before joining the space program. He stepped into the kitchen, and there she was, sitting at the table, smiling, just like she used to. Come, baby, I made your favorite, she said, her voice sweet and calm. Zane blinked. He stepped back. You're not real. You're dead. Her smile didn't change. So are you, Zane. Suddenly, the kitchen melted away. The warmth turned cold. The walls became black stone. Shadows danced around him. Then came the voices. They were loud now, hundreds of them, screaming, laughing, crying. Back on the reel, Starblade Kira ran through the corridors looking for Zane. He had vanished from the medbay while resting. One moment asleep, the next, gone. No alerts, no door movement, nothing on the cameras. Commander Rika and Doran joined the search. We're losing them one by one, Kira said, her voice shaking. First Milo, now Zane. Something is pulling them into some other place, Doran growled. This isn't science anymore, this is war. They stopped when a low hum filled the hallway. The lights flickered. A hatch opened by itself. It wasn't connected to any control panel. Inside was a black tunnel that had never been there before. Was that always there? Kira asked. No, Rika replied. That's new. They didn't want to go in, but they had no choice. Zane could be in there. They suited up, checked their weapons, and stepped inside. As soon as they entered the tunnel, everything changed. Kira found herself alone in a white room. Nothing but endless space. No doors, no shadows. But she heard someone sobbing. A child. She turned and saw herself. A younger version, maybe 10 years old, crying in a corner. Kira stepped closer. What is this? The girl looked up. They're all going to die. Just like Dad. No, Kira whispered. This is a trick. You're not real. You know it's true, the girl said. You brought them here. You led them to the place where minds break. Meanwhile, Doran stood in a graveyard. Hundreds of graves, all marked with his name. He read each one. Doran Flint. Died screaming. Doran Flint. Lost in his mind. Doran Flint. The last human. He looked up and saw himself walking toward him. But the other Doran had no eyes. Just black pits. You should dig your grave now, it said. There's still room. Rika was in a war zone. Explosions shook the ground. She saw her husband, the one she'd lost in the last Earth War, crawling toward her. Rika, help. Me, he begged. She ran to him. Her heart raced. She dropped to her knees, but when she touched him, he crumbled into ash. Behind her, laughter echoed. You left him, the voice said. You always leave them behind. Suddenly, all three, Rika, Kira, and Doran, woke up at the same time. They were back in the ship's control room, sweating, shaking. They looked at each other. No one spoke for a full minute. Did we all see something? Rika asked. Kira nodded. Something personal, painful, like it knew what hurt the most. It's testing us, Doran said. It doesn't kill, it breaks you first. They checked the ship logs. A new message had appeared. No sender. Just 3 words. You are next. They didn't sleep that night. Rika set up a 24-hour watch. Kira shut down every unnecessary system. Doran cleaned his sidearm and kept it at his side. But as the void grew darker outside the ship, they could feel the walls breathing. Like something, alive, watching, waiting. And far off, through the long-range sensors, they saw it again. The strange black structure with the glowing line. Closer now. It was moving, not drifting, moving toward them, and it wasn't alone anymore. There were others behind it. More shapes, more shadows, more eyes. The void was not empty. It was waking up, and it wanted them all. The Starblade drifted in silence. Outside its thick hull, the darkness of the void pressed in like a wall of black smoke. Inside, the crew stood frozen as the long-range scanner pulsed again. Kira stared at the screen. There are now 7, maybe 8 objects, she whispered. Commander Rika leaned in. They're moving in a pattern. Doran narrowed his eyes. It's not random. That's formation flight, military style. Why would anything in the void use formations? Kira asked, voice low. No one answered. The objects, huge, dark, without clear shape, moved through the void without engines or light, just gliding, silently, closer. Then, a sound came over the comms, a broken, whispery signal, Zane's voice. Don't trust the ship. Rika grabbed the control panel. That's impossible. Zane is gone. He vanished 2 days. Ago. This must be a trap. The signal repeated. More clear this time. It's not your ship anymore. Get out. Kira's hand trembled as she tapped the signal log. This isn't coming from inside the ship. Then where? Doran asked. Kira looked up slowly. From one of those objects outside. They went quiet again. The hum of the ship, once calming, now sounded more like breathing. Rika made her decision. We need answers. If that signal really came from Zane, or something pretending to be him, we have to trace it. Find out what it wants. Kira adjusted the scanner. We can boost the signal gain, but there's a risk. If they're broadcasting, they might also be listening. Let them, Rika said. We're done being scared in the dark. They boosted the signal, and something replied immediately. A deep, layered voice filled the room, like 10 people speaking at once. You were warned. You crossed into thought space. You will not return. Kira felt her knees go weak. Thought space? Doran stepped forward. Explain. The void is not space. It is memory, fear, echo. You float not through stars, but through your own minds. A sudden pressure hit the ship. Alarms screamed. Lights blinked red. The engines surged without command. Kira shouted, We're being pulled! Something has a grip on us right from outside! Kill the engines, Rika barked, but it was too late. The Starblade spun slowly, then stopped, facing the largest object. A massive shape, like a city-sized cube made of black glass. Glowing lines ran through it, forming patterns, symbols, maybe even language. Then the ship's systems blinked out. No lights, no power. Total silence. The crew's helmets activated emergency. Oxygen. Rika activated backup comms. Status! She shouted. Kira replied. We're dead in space. Every system just went offline. Even life support. Doran looked through the viewport. It's bringing us in. The cube opened. From within came pure darkness. Not just an absence of light. A hole in reality itself. Then, a beam of light fired from the cube. Not at them. Into their minds. Kira screamed and fell to her knees. Rika and Doran grabbed their heads in pain. The light didn't burn the ship. It burned thought. They began to see things, all at once. Milo, floating in space, his eyes open, but lifeless. Zane, sitting calmly inside the cube, smiling, but his eyes were black. Earth, under attack by dark shapes raining from the sky, and one final image, the Starblade exploding, from the inside. Then, the light vanished. The crew fell silent, gasping. Kira spoke first, voice broken. It showed me my death. I was alone. I wasn't even in the ship. I was in space, but no stars. Just me and the dark. Rika steadied herself. It's not just trying to scare us. It's trying to rewrite our minds, break us until we forget who we are. Doran stood. We need to destroy that cube, or we die here. Or worse, we become like Zane. But how? Kira asked. We're out of power. Rika gave a cold smile. Then we take the one thing it didn't expect. Doran raised an eyebrow. What's that? Rika turned to the weapons locker. Human rage. They suited up, loaded the last railgun rounds by hand, and prepared for the most dangerous mission yet. Boarding the alien structure to find Zane, and to end whatever nightmare lived inside. As they stepped into the airlock, Kira turned back, for one last look at the ship, and saw the words etched on the wall. They hadn't been there before. You belong to the void now. The airlock opened with a hiss. Beyond it was not a hallway, not a corridor. It was impossible. Rika, Kira, and Doran stepped into the cube, but they didn't feel their boots hit metal. There was no gravity, no light, just endless space, filled with moving shapes. Some looked like people, others looked like thoughts. Kira whispered, Are we walking? No, Doran replied. I think the ship is walking us. Their suits were fully sealed, but they could still hear whispering in their minds. You left your world, now leave your body. The floor, if it could be called that, changed under their feet. One step was soft, the next cold like ice, the next sticky like a memory they didn't want to feel. Images flashed in the air around them. Kira's brother, the one who died in the Mars fire, stood in front of her, crying. Doran saw his dead dog from childhood, wagging its tail, mouth stitched shut. Rika saw her own face, but it was cracked like a mirror, and the mirror whispered, You already failed. They kept moving forward. At the center of the cube was a chamber. Inside it they saw Zane. He sat calmly in a chair made of light and shadow. Wires like veins ran from his head into the walls. He opened his eyes. Black. Empty. You came, Zane said. I told you not to. Rika stepped forward. We're here to bring you back. Zane shook his head. You don't bring people back from where I've been, Kira begged. What is this place? Zane's voice cracked. It's not a place. It's the part of the universe no one wanted to believe was real. A thinking zone, a mind space. It has no planets, only pain. It feeds on thought, and it's starving. Doran raised his weapon. Let him go. Zane smiled. He's already gone. I'm what's left. Then the walls moved. A great black shape rose from the floor. It had no face, no body, only layers of shifting energy. It spoke with a voice that came from inside their thoughts. You brought more minds. We thank you. Rika fired. The railgun shot ripped into the creature. Light scattered, but then reformed. Kira screamed, It doesn't have a body. We can't kill it, Zane stood. But you can escape. If you choose. Doran grabbed him. How? Zane pointed to a glowing orb behind the creature. It's the core. It's where it keeps its thoughts, and where it steals yours. Rika didn't hesitate. She ran. The creature turned to follow. Kira and Doran opened fire. Light flared. The cube shook. Rika reached the orb and pulled out a plasma charge. She placed it against the core. Then something strange happened. The orb spoke. You are brave. That is why you were hunted. Not weak, not soft, but dangerous to us. Your fire burns thought. That is why Earth must be erased. Rika stared into it. You don't understand humans. We survive anything. Even you. She pressed the trigger. The explosion wasn't loud. It wasn't fire. It was silence. Pure, cutting silence. The cube cracked. The blackness split. The thought screamed, and then vanished. Kira, Doran, and Rika were thrown backward. They landed in their ship, the Starblade. Power returned. Lights blinked on. The engines roared. Kira shouted, We're free! Doran looked around. What about Zane? He checked the scanners. No sign of him. Only a final signal from the cube. One of you stayed behind. One of you is ours. Then the cube collapsed into itself, and was gone. For hours, the crew sat in silence. Earth called on comms. Starblade, report. Are you alive? Rika answered. We made it. Cheers came from Mission Control. They were heroes now, the first humans to enter the void and return. But something still felt wrong. Later, as Rika sat alone in her quarters, she saw her reflection in the window. It blinked, but she didn't. She leaned forward. Her reflection smiled. The void is never done.